Welcome, my dear learners, for this course on finite element analysis. In our previous lecture, I have derived Hermite shape function for beams in Cartesian coordinate system. In today's lecture, I am going to derive Hermite shape function for beams in natural coordinate system, that is in zeta and eta coordinates. So if I move to derive expression for Hermite shape function in natural coordinate system, let us consider a beam element. Let the length of the beam be LE. Now we know that the advantage of moving for natural coordinate system is that the maximum value of zeta is unity, whereas the minimum value of zeta is -1. The values of zeta and eta varies from -1 to +1. That is the advantage of natural coordinate system. Whereas if I go for Cartesian coordinate, the values varies from -infinity to +infinity. So therefore, if I go for natural coordinates, the analysis will become simpler. So hence, we already know that instead of x, we will be using zeta in natural coordinate. The zeta varies from -1 to +1. And at exact center, let us take the value of zeta as 0. The maximum value of zeta is +1, whereas the minimum value of zeta is -1. These two people already know. Now, at each node, I should calculate deflection in y direction, that is v1, and slope or rotation θ1. Similarly, here also I should find out deflection v2 and slope or rotation θ2. So since totally we have 4 quantities v1, θ1, v2, θ2, hence I should assume the interpolation function or the displacement itself as an polynomial equation with minimum of 4 constants. So therefore, what I will do is that in general we already know that the global deflection V is equal to shape function into nodal displacements. Let us take it as Hermite shape function H into nodal displacements Q, where Q is V1 θ1, V2 θ2. So hence, let us assume the variation of Hermite shape function as a polynomial equation, the interpolation equation itself directly as, since we have 4 quantities v1 θ1, v2 θ2, assume the variation of shape function, or assume the shape function in polynomial form as H is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 zeta plus alpha 2 zeta square plus alpha 3 zeta cube, and take this as equation number 1. Now in this equation, the general expression, if I take V is equal to Hermite shape function is written as shape function h1, length of the element by 2, shape function h2, then we have shape function h3, and length of the element by 2, shape function h4, times the value of q. Q is already known to you people, that is v1 θ1, v2 θ2. So this is the standard form of V is equal to n into q. Here I am taking V is equal to h into q, where h is Hermite shape function. Why we are choosing the polynomial equation degree 3 is because we want 4 constants. Because of 4 quantities, we have 2 degrees of freedom at node 1 and 2 degrees of freedom at node 2. Now I want to find what is the value of h1, h2, h3 and h4, for which we have chosen the polynomial equation of this form to be satisfying the convergence and compatibility criteria. Now, just by substituting the boundary conditions, I can derive h1, h2, h3, h4, and also I should make use of the properties of shape function. That is, the value of shape function in its own node is unity, whereas the value of shape function in any other node is 0. And also, sum of shape function is unity. And very important observation is that h1 is a shape function corresponds to v1 deflection, h2 is a shape function corresponds to θ1, h3 is a shape function corresponds to v2, and h4 is a shape function corresponds to theta 2, whereas thetas are given by derivatives of deflection. Here also the values of h2 and h4 are nothing but the derivatives of length. Here the length is zeta. So instead of taking Le, let me take it as zeta, which is unity because zeta varies from -1 to +1. Now h2 and h3 are nothing but derivatives with respect to zeta, whereas h1 and h3 are given by this expression directly because h1 and h3 corresponds to v1 and v2, whereas h2 and h4 are corresponds to theta 1 and theta 2. So let us go one by one now to find h1. At node number 1 we have shape function h1 is equal to 1, whereas the value of zeta is -1, and the derivative of shape function dh1 with respect to zeta is 0 when zeta is -1. Similarly at node 2, if I consider at node 2 we can write the value of h1 is 0, whereas zeta is +1. The value of zeta, the derivative of shape function h1 with respect to zeta is 0 at node 2, where zeta is +1. So these are the conditions we have at node 1 and node 2 with respect to shape function h1. h1 corresponds to v1, so therefore h1 is equal to 1 at node 1, whereas the derivative corresponds to theta 1 at node 1, therefore h1 is not corresponds to theta 1, hence it is equal to 0, whereas the value of Hermite shape function is 0 at node 2, its derivative is also 0 at node 2, and the values of zetas are -1 and +1 at node 1 and node 2 respectively. So therefore from equation 1, if I substitute to equation 1, we will get the value of shape function is 1 and the value of zeta is -1. So therefore we will get alpha naught minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3. That's all. Take this as equation A. Now substituting in equation 1 the second boundary condition, that is differentiation of this is 0, which is equal to, when I differentiate, alpha naught will become 0, this will become alpha 1 and this will become 2 alpha 2 zeta, so therefore it is plus 2 minus 1, zeta is -1, so plus 2 alpha 2 and this will become 3 alpha 3 zeta square, so therefore it is plus 3 alpha 3. Take it as equation B. Now substitute the fourth condition, that is h1 is 0, zeta is 1, it is 0 is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. Take it as equation C. Now derivative is 0 and zeta is 1. Differentiation of this with respect to zeta equal to 0. So therefore I will get 0 is equal to alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. Take it as equation D. Now we have 4 equations with 4 unknowns: alpha naught, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Now I want to find these 4 unknowns. To do that, either you can formulate this into matrix. You get 4 cross 4 matrix. You can invert that matrix to find the values of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. We substitute to get the value of Hermite shape function h1. Or the more easiest way is that to solve by simultaneous equations method. Now you add a plus b, a plus c, a plus d. So if I do that, I will get equation a plus equation b will be, so alpha 1 will get cancelled That's all. So therefore I will get 1 is equal to alpha naught minus alpha 2 plus alpha 3 plus 2 alpha 3. Now if I do equation A plus equation C, if I do equation A plus equation C, it is 1 is equal to 2 alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, 2 alpha 2 plus 2 alpha 2, alpha 3 will get cancelled. Now if I do equation A and equation B, if I add, I will get A plus D as 1 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, will become 3 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 2 and we will get 2 alpha 3 plus 2 alpha 3. So now take this as equation E, F and G. Now if I find one among this, I can find all the values. So to find one value among this, we can solve for this. I will get the value of alpha 2 directly. So therefore through the visual inspection itself I can state that if I solve for E and F, E and G, I will get the value of alpha 2. So therefore to get the value of alpha 2, I should solve equation G minus equation E. So if we do that, 1 minus 1 is 0, which is equal to alpha naught will get cancelled. I will get 4 alpha 2, 2 alpha 3, 2 alpha 3 will get cancelled. So which yields us alpha 2 is 0. So hence the solution becomes simpler now. Since alpha 2 is 0, from equation F, alpha 2 is 0, so therefore alpha naught will be 1 by 2. Now I know alpha naught and alpha 2, I know alpha naught and alpha 2, find alpha 3. Now from equation E, alpha 3 will be, alpha 2 is 0, alpha naught is 1 by 2, so 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 divided by 2 is 1 by 4. Now from any one of this equation, find the value of alpha 1. So from equation A, I will get the value of alpha 1 as alpha 1 is equal to 1 minus alpha naught is 1 by 2 plus alpha naught, so I done a mistake here, I think. Alpha 1 is equal to alpha naught minus 1. So it is alpha naught is 1 by 2 minus 1 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3 is 1 by 4. So therefore alpha 1 will be 2 minus 4 minus 1 by 4, which is nothing but minus 3 by 4. So therefore the Hermite shape function h1 will be, h1 is equal to, so substitute to equation 1, we get the value of h1 as alpha naught is 1 by 2 plus alpha 1 is minus 3 by 4 zeta plus alpha 2 is 0 plus alpha 3 is plus 1 by 4 zeta cube. So this is the value of Hermite shape function h1. This is from equation 1. So what we have done, so we have assumed the variation of Hermite shape function as a polynomial equation with 4 constants, and just we are substituting the boundary conditions to this equation. We will get 4 equations with 4 unknowns. Solve it to find the 4 unknowns. Repeat the same procedure to get the value of H2, H3 and H4. I will demonstrate how easily we can find H2, H3 and H4. Now to find Hermite shape function H2, so do the boundary conditions of H2 at node 1. So at node 1, the value of Hermite shape function H2 is 0, whereas zeta is minus 1. Its derivative is equal to 1 because H2 corresponds to theta 1. So theta 1 is nothing but differentiation of V1, hence derivative of H2 with respect to zeta will be 1, whereas zeta is minus 1. So now coming for H2 at node 2, H2 at node 2 is 0. At node 2, the value of H2 is 0, its derivative is also 0. What is the value of zeta? Zeta is plus 1 at node 2. So therefore, substitute this to equation 1 and formulate the 4 equations. So substituting to this equation, I will get H2 is 0. So 0 equal to alpha naught minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3. So from second condition, from equation 1, we will get derivative of this is 1, which is equal to, when I differentiate, alpha naught will become 0. We have only alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 zeta will become minus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3 zeta square will become plus 3 alpha 3. So now to avoid confusion, let me write dx by d zeta also. Dx by d zeta is alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 zeta plus 3 alpha 3 zeta square. Let us take it as equation number 2. So just you take the boundary condition, substitute the equation 1 and 2, formulate 4 equations, 4 unknowns, solve, substitute, we will get the answer. Now coming for node 2, so from equation 1, and equation 2. So these are also from equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and equation 2. So now for H I should go for equation 1 plus 1. So therefore 0 is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. For differentiation I should go for equation 2. I will get 0 is equal to alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. Now let us call this as equations A1, B1, C1 and D1. Now add A1, B1, A1, C1, A1, D1. So now if I add equation A1 plus equation B1, which yields us 1 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, alpha 2 will be minus alpha 2, alpha 3 is plus 2 alpha 3. Next, if I go for equation A1 plus equation C1, A1 C1 is 0 is equal to 2 alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, plus 2 alpha 2. Next, if I go for equation A1 plus equation d1. So a1 plus d1 will be 0 is equal to alpha naught. Alpha 1 will get cancelled. It will become plus 3 alpha 2. Coming for alpha 3, it is plus 2 alpha 3. Now you can take this as equation E1, equation F1 and equation G1. Now through visual inspection, if I solve these two equations, I will get the value of alpha 2. So therefore, if I solve equation G1 minus equation E1 will yields us, if I solve for these two, it is 0 minus 1 is minus 1, which is equal to alpha naught minus alpha naught is 0, plus 3 alpha 2 minus of minus is plus, will become 4 alpha 2. 2 alpha 3 minus 2 alpha 3 is 0. So therefore, alpha 2 is turning out to be minus 1 by 4. Now I know the value of alpha 2. Substitute to equation F1, we will get the value of alpha naught. So therefore, from equation F1, we will get the value of alpha naught as, so 2 alpha 2 is what we have. You take it to left hand side, it will become minus 2 alpha 2 divided by 2. 2 will get cancelled. So minus alpha 2 is plus 1 by 4. Next, from equation E1, I get the value of alpha 3 as alpha 3 is equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So therefore 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 divided by 2 is 1 by 4. Now from any of this equation I can find the value of alpha 1. Let me go with equation A1. So from equation A1 I will get the value of alpha 1 as alpha 1 will be, so if I take alpha 1 here, it will become plus alpha 1, alpha naught plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3. Alpha naught plus alpha 2 is 0, minus alpha 3 is minus 1 by 4. So therefore, if I substitute all these values to equation 1, so I will get the value of shape function h2 as, from equation 1, the value of shape function h2 will be alpha naught plus alpha 1 zeta. So alpha 1 is minus 1 by 4, alpha naught is plus 1 by 4, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 zeta minus 1 by 4 zeta square plus 1 by 4 zeta cube. So this is the value of shape function h2. So we have calculated the shape function h2 also. It is 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 zeta minus 1 by 4 zeta square plus 1 by 4 zeta cube. Next, moving ahead to find the value of h3, repeat the same thing. To find h3, write down the boundary conditions. So h3 is corresponding to V2, so therefore it is positive at node 2 when zeta is equal to 1, that is its value is 1, when zeta is equal to 1, its derivative is equal to 0, because h3 is not corresponds to theta 2. So hence at node 1 it is completely 0, therefore at node 1 the value of h3 is 0, whereas zeta is minus 1, its derivative is also 0, where zeta is minus 1, coming for H3 at node 2. So at node 2, H3 is 1, whereas zeta is plus 1, its derivative is 0. So dH3 by d zeta is 0, whereas zeta is plus 1. So substitute this from equation A 1 and 2. So from equation 1 and equation 2, so we will get since I want h from equation 1, it is 0, zeta is minus 1. So therefore 0 is equal to alpha naught minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3. Take it as equation A2. I want differentiation of h, go for equation 2. From equation 2, 0 is equal to alpha 1 minus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. Take it as equation B2. Next I want the value of h, go for equation 1. It is 1 is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. Take it as equation C2. And finally I want the derivative, go for equation 2. We have 0 is equal to alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. Take this as equation B2. So now repeat the same procedure what we have done. Add A to B2, A to C2, A to D2. So if I do that, I will get, so from equation A2 plus equation B2, so equation A2 plus B2 will be 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, minus alpha 2 plus 2 alpha 3. Take this as equation E2. Next, equation A2 plus equation C2. So equation A2 plus C2 will be 1 is equal to 2 alpha naught plus 2 alpha 2. Take this as equation F2. Next, equation A2 plus equation D2. Equation A2 plus equation D2 will be 0 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, plus 3 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 2 plus 2 alpha 3. Take this as equation G2. So now through the visual inspection itself we can state that if I solve equation E2 and G2 I will get the answer. So therefore alpha 2 is 0. Now from equation F2, we can state alpha naught is also 0. So therefore from equation E2, put alpha 2 is 0, alpha naught is 0, alpha 3 will also become 0. From equation F2, alpha naught is 1 by 2. Alpha naught is 1 by 2. Kindly make a correction. If I substitute, I will get alpha 2 as 0, alpha naught is 1 by 2. So therefore, we have here as 1 by 2 and 0 will become minus 1 by 2, divided by 2 is minus 1 by 4. So alpha 3 is minus 1 by 4. Now from equation A2, the substitute and solve. Alpha 1 is equal to alpha naught 1 by 2, alpha 2 is 0, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 is nothing but 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 by 4. Hence, from equation 1, shape function x3 is equal to alpha naught is 1 by 2 plus alpha 1 is 3 by 4 zeta plus alpha 2 is 0 minus 1 by 4 zeta cube. So this is the value of h3. So shape function h3 is 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4 zeta minus 1 by 4 zeta cube. So let me pause this video for a while so that people can copy it down. Later we will find the value of Hermite shape function h4 and conclude this lecture. Now moving ahead to find the value of Hermite shape function h4. So to find h4, repeat the same steps what we have done to find h1, what we have done to find h2, what we have done to find h3. That is, take out the boundary conditions. We have at node 1 the value of h4 is 0, whereas zeta is minus 1. The derivative of h4 is also 0, whereas zeta is minus 1. At node 2, h4 is 0, whereas zeta is plus 1, whereas the derivative of h4 is 1, whereas zeta is plus 1, because h4 is corresponds to theta 2, where theta is the derivative of this deflection v. We know that theta is nothing but dv by d zeta here, whereas for Cartesian coordinate system it is dv by dx. So hence we have the 4 equations. Solving those 4 equations, I will get the 4 constants. From equation 1 and equation 2. So from equation 1 and equation 2, we will get h is 0, zeta is minus 1. That is alpha naught minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 minus alpha 3. Differentiation, go for equation 2, which is 0 equal to alpha 1 minus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. So go for Hermite equation h. From equation 1 we will get 0 is equal to plus 1. Therefore alpha naught plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. So differentiation, go for equation 2. 1 is equal to alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 plus 3 alpha 3. Take this as equation A3, B3, C3 and D3. Now you add A3, B3, A3, C3 and A3, D3. So equation A3 plus equation D3. So equation A3 plus equation B3 yields us 0 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, minus alpha 2 plus 2 alpha 3. Take this as equation E3. Next, equation A3 plus equation C3 which gives us 0 is equal to alpha naught plus alpha naught is 2 alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, plus 2 alpha 2, alpha 3 will get cancelled. Take it as equation F3. Next, go for equation A3 plus equation D3. Equation A3 plus D3 will be 0 plus 1 is 1 is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 will get cancelled, plus 3 alpha 2 and plus 2 alpha 3. Take it as G3. Now solve G3 E3, you will get the answer. That is equation. Now equation G3 minus equation E3. 1 minus 0 is 1. Alpha naught minus alpha naught get cancels. So which is equal to 4 alpha 2. So therefore you get the value of alpha 2 as 1 by 4. Now from equation F3, so from equation F3 alpha 2 is 1 by 4, that is 1 by 2. If I send it here, it is minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 divided by 2 is minus 1 by 4. So alpha naught is minus 1 by 4. Now from equation E3, from equation E3, alpha 3 will be alpha naught is minus 1 by 4, alpha 2 is plus 1 by 4. So it will become minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4 is minus 2 by 4, it is minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. If I send it here, it will become plus 1 by 2, plus 1 by 2 divided by 2 is plus 1 by 4. So finally from equation A3, we will get alpha 1 as alpha 1 is equal to minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 will become 0, minus alpha 3 is minus 1 by 4. So therefore we got the Hermite shape function H4 from equation 1 as alpha naught is minus 1 by 4 plus alpha 2 is alpha 1 is minus 1 by 4 zeta plus 1 by 4 zeta square plus 1 by 4 zeta cube. So this is the value of Hermite shape function H4. So we have calculated all the values of Hermite shape function. So therefore the value of Hermite shape function H1 is 1 by 4 of 2 minus 3 zeta plus zeta cube. H2 will be 1 by 4 of 1 minus zeta square plus zeta cube. H3 will be 1 by 4 of 2 plus 3 zeta minus zeta q, and H4 is 1 by 4 minus 1 minus zeta plus zeta square plus zeta cube. So if you observe, there is a similarity between H1 and H3, there is a similarity between H2 and H4. So this is about the Hermite shape functions. So therefore the global displacement V can be written as V is equal to H1 is 1 by 4, throughout I can take 1 by 4 common. So but we have LE by 2 as a multiplication, so therefore I cannot take common. Let me write it like this itself. We have H1 LE by 2 H2 H3 and LE by 2 H4 times Q. So the value of Hermite shape function H is this. So therefore, if I write it in the Hermite shape function form, the H matrix will become one by 4 of 2 minus 3 zeta plus zeta cube, and this will be LE by 8 of 1 minus zeta minus zeta square plus zeta cube, then 1 by 4 of 2 minus 3 zeta minus zeta cube, and LE by 8 minus 1 minus zeta plus zeta square plus zeta cube. So this multiplied with Q matrix gives us the global displacement matrix V. So I can use this interpolation function to find the deflection at any point. If I know V1 theta 1, V2 theta 2, by knowing the value of zeta, I can find the value of I can find the value of V or deflection at any point over the length of this beam. The advantage of natural coordinate system is that the value of these zetas varies from -1 to +1. So finally, if I plot the variation of shape function so the variation of shape function will be like this. So first we have shape function h1 is equal to 1, the variation is cubic. Next we have theta is equal to 1, that is, if I draw a tangent, we will get theta 1 is equal to 1 here, and we have shape function h3 is equal to 1 here, and we have finally the value of h4 corresponds to theta 2. So if I draw tangent, we have theta 2 value here, which is unity. So this is corresponds to h3. So here we have v2 is 0, theta 2 is 0, v2 is 0, theta 2 is 0. Here we will get v2 is 1, theta 2 is 0. Here we will get v2 is 0, theta 2 is 1. So similarly, if I write here v1 is 1, theta 1 is 0. Here we have v1 is 0, theta 1 is 1. Here v1 is 0, theta 1 is 0. Here also V1 is 0, theta 1 is 0. So this is the variation of shape function over the length of the beam, and this is the derivation for Hermite shape function in natural coordinate system. In our next lecture, I will take up expression for stiffness matrix for a beam element. That's all from this lecture. Thank you all.